Are you ready to simplify a bounce pass? Good. Because today I'm going to explain what does a bounce pass mean in basketball and show you how to execute one effortlessly. I'm Coach Charlie with Attack Basketball Academy. And as a premier basketball player development coach, I have trained thousands of players around the world on the techniques and tactics needed to be top-notch passers. So in this video today, I'm going to explain what a bounce pass is and what to do and what not to do when executing one. Next, I'm going to tell you the little-known secret to making flawless bounce passes. Last, I'm going to show you the top 3 drills that will get you to execute a perfect bounce pass every single time. And on top of that, I have a bonus that I'll give you, but only if you stick around until the very end. Let's get right into what a bounce pass is and what to do and what not to do when executing one. There's only 2 types of passes in basketball. There's an air pass and there's a bounce pass. And the importance of a bounce pass, obviously, is when the air pass is not available, you want to bounce it. But there are so many, I should say it this way, you want to bounce it in certain areas, okay? So I want to go into the pros and cons of bounce passes. First, bounce passes are slow, right? They're slow. I'm not passing the ball to anybody in here. It is what it is. If it goes out the video, so what? You bounce this ball, someone can run that was probably 10 feet away from me where I'm pointing at. Because I had to get the ball to that spot, they can run at top-notch speed and either bother, right, deflect, or steal that ball. They're slow, right? The con, they're slow. Also, throwing bounce passes. When you throw bounce passes in traffic, anything below the free throw line, especially in a game situation, you're going to have multiple bodies down there. One area you want to be very careful at throwing is in the middle to a teammate, unless that area was wide open. That's a no-no because it's just too many hands, including your own teammates that might be confused as well, and all of a sudden tips are ensuing. Tip, 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 deflection, you get the turnover. Okay? Now, let's talk about the pros. You want to make bounce passes, you're in the perimeter area away from the defender. You got a teammate on the low block area, high post area, you want to bounce the ball away. Right? An air pass might be tough because the defender is playing tight on your teammate's hip and shoulder. So an air pass may not be the pass. A bounce pass, right? A bounce pass can get the ball there. On a pick and roll situation, coming off a pick and roll, okay, I've attracted the help defender. My defender is behind me lagging, got caught on the screen. Okay, a bounce pass. Because again, I can bounce it, the ball can come back up to my teammate, right? Teammate has a layup opportunity. And in a pick and roll situation, what we're probably also implying here is that this whole side is wide open and cleared out, and we call a 2-man game concept. Me and my teammate over here, the other 3 players might be over here on the weak side for help purposes. So now it's just us. I may have somebody in a corner take their defender up. So now there's nobody helping. I can easily bounce it. That's a good time to bounce it. Or we also call those pocket passes. When there's a sliver space, small little space, they call it isolation, icing. Icing a screen, pushing a ball screen to the side. Now the person that set the screen is probably in the middle. Here's a simple bounce pass in the pocket. An air pass won't work. Too much traffic, too many defenders, that's when a bounce pass will work. Throwing a bounce pass full court. Somebody's ahead. You might want to bounce it. Boom. Right? Throw it, get it beyond the defenders. Make sure that ball comes back up. Hits him in stride for a layup. So it's kind of, for me, in a simple way, giving you some do's and don'ts pros and cons to the bounce pass. Before I tell you the little known secret to making flawless bounce passes, I noticed that you are not a subscriber. I develop premium basketball players, and we have a lot of information on this channel. I roll out 20 new high-quality videos every single month to help you. So you might want to become a subscriber. So click that subscribe button. Now let's talk about the little known secret to making flawless bounce passes. Wherever you start the bounce pass on your body, that's where the bounce pass is going to go to your teammate. I want to use the wall to show you this. If I start my bounce pass at my head, the ball has to go just as high above my head. If I start the bounce pass at my chest, the ball has to go as high as my chest. If I started around my thigh area, I think you're starting to get the point. I start below my knee area. So the key to throwing flawless bounce passes is shoulders game. Your shoulders locked in, your triple threat makes your defender sweat, you're nice and low. You want to pass that ball knee, thigh, high. See, knee, thigh, high will hit your teammate in stride. It's quick and powerful, right? Another key tip here is you got to pick a spot in between where you are and where your teammate's at. So some little proximity, right? So I'm using my judgment. I don't want to throw the ball. You all may see it. I don't want to throw the ball and have the ball be in the air beyond that red line because the ball is going to fade. It's going to die. So I want to find a spot between me, right? Me and my teammate. So when I'm in shoulders game, my shoulders to my defender's midsection, and I got to bounce it, thigh, again, knee, thigh high, that ball is going to fire back at me. Left hand, right hand, that ball's going to come back, and look at where I'm catching it at. I'm catching it right in stride. That's the key to flawless bounce pass. Now that you know exactly what a bounce pass is and how to execute one with ease, I want you to comment below with bounce to let us know you are ready to use your new knowledge to dominate on the court. Go ahead and drop bounce in the comments. Now I'm going to show you the top 3 drills that I use to get you to execute a perfect bounce pass every time. Here is drill 1. I get it. I can't do it. I get it. Just keep working. You can do it. Learning how to bounce it, right? I'm really working on driving my wrist down. See, again, if I put this ball against the wall, it came back to me. You might have missed it, but see, I drove that ball. See, working on having these 2 basketballs in the air, this rotation drill, because I'm bouncing it, right? I'm bouncing it. And I want to also make sure I'm working on my weak hand, right? I want to have my weak hand develop. This is a good drill to work on. And all I'm doing is I'm bouncing one basketball and I'm handing one off. I'm not really juggling. It's a good drill to really work on bounce passes because you got to smash the ball so the ball comes back to you quicker. You're a beginner, 1 ball, circles. Smash it over there and catch it. Drive your elbow through the ball, right? Drill number 2, circles. Smash it both ways, right? Down low, bang, hard. See, circles. I'm nice and low because, again, now you get used to making that pass, that ball starts to come back to you quicker. You can't see it, but you see that ball come back with my left hand, and then also I'll throw a bounce pass with my right hand, right? I got big hands too, so it kind of helps a little bit. I get it, right? Drill number 3 now. So I can work on having 2 balls in my hand, right? Smashing against the wall and go back and forth. You only have 1 ball, that's fine, right? Pass it, stay low, explore, pass it wrong above your head, see what happens. Pass it right at your midsection area, right? Notice I'm going back and forth. I can just work on my right hand. If you're right-handed, you can work on your weak hand, just using the wall. Then you get creative. Learn how to bounce it behind your leg, behind your back, right? Staying low. The ball got to come back to me. Change sides on that. Bounce it. Just showing you different ways you can work on bouncing that basketball. Crossing it across my body, direct outside my body, crossing it, changing sides, cross with my left hand, direct with my right hand. Let's keep the momentum going with that bonus I mentioned earlier. You probably forgot. We covered a lot in this video. I want to make sure I'm really helping you out. So I would like to offer you a free guide that covers all the must-know basketball principles and in what situation to apply them. This is a powerful guide of best practices, tips, and drills that empowers you to take charge of your basketball game. Just click in the link in the description below. You can download the guide I put together as my gift to you. Enjoy it and keep attacking.